So the videos are rolling in. You guys are really excited about this. I keep getting new videos every day. We're gonna post them up once a week every Saturday. If you don't know how to get started, just click on the link down below and that will take you to the video submission form where I'll review it all. So right now though, let's keep it rolling. I have Brett with a sugar-free hot chocolate. All you Stevia fans are gonna be really excited about this one. Take it away, Brett.
Hi, my name is Brett Holland, and I am cooking with Jack 2. Several years ago, my brother and I realized that a lot of the processed foods that we were eating were not good for us, not healthful, and surprisingly were very expensive. And we looked at the whole picture. So we began to look at ways on how we can make our own stuff to replace a lot of those processed foods. And one of the items that I want to share with you today is our own homemade hot chocolate mix. First, I need to say that I cannot take full credit for this recipe. I actually adapted it from Alton Brown's hot chocolate mix recipe on the Food Network. I just played with it and worked with it to try to cut down on a lot of the sugar and the calories that were in the recipe. I also tweaked the technique to try to get a finer texture. Hence is why you see the food processor in the screen. First ingredient we have is 2.5 cups of dry powdered milk you can get from any grocery store. I have 1 cup of a stevia powdered extract. And that you can find in the bag that looks a lot like this. Be very careful when you use this. It likes to go everywhere. It's a very light powder. Next, I have a 1/2 cup of Truvia sweetener, kind of designed for baking. So it's what you can find in a package like this. And it has more of a texture of a granulated sugar. I then have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of cornstarch, and then 1 cup of Dutch processed unsweetened cocoa powder. And this kind I actually get from a local organic health food store in a town near me, which I highly suggest. I actually will show the website down below. So if you live in Xenia, Ohio, I highly suggest you visit his store. Now let's go ahead and put this together. First, we need to start breaking down the sweeteners. First, let's go ahead and put in the stevia, because we want to try to, even though it's in powdered form, we want to really break it down and get it even to a finer texture to try to closely replicate the powdered sugar texture as we can. And you just run that until it get very... See how it's really starting to flop around a lot and just be in the air? That's when I know the texture is really starting to get finer. Now let's add the Truvia and do the same thing. We may have to process it as long, but let's also do the same thing, get it as even finer texture as possible. Alright, now it's the sweeteners. Now we're going to do the same thing with the powdered milk. And here's one of the main reasons why I changed the technique from Alton Brown's technique to the food processor, was mainly because of the powdered milk. You can see how thick these granules are. I want to try to duplicate the fine texture of store-bought hot chocolate mix. So this is where the food processor will really help to break this down into that finer texture that I want. Doing that, a nice fine texture. That's just what we want. Just like with the texture from hot chocolate mix. So now to add the final ingredients, the cocoa powder, the salt, and the cornstarch. And there you go, our own homemade hot chocolate mix. To use our freshly made hot chocolate mix couldn't be easier. Just take a scoop, dump it in, and just add about 8 to 10 ounces of hot water. Stir thoroughly and enjoy. That's all it takes to enjoy a nice hot cup of hot chocolate, especially on a cold day. Just want to mention, depending on your scoop size, if you have a quarter scoop size, this makes about 20 servings. A third cup of a scoop is about 15 servings. This is just an old scoop from an old chocolate protein powder jug. So now let's see how it tastes. Chocolate, yeah. See you next time.